everyone, today I will be showing you my first ever attempt on making a mega base here in Subnautica. So I decided to name this base Mesa Verde for reasons, because this is an alternate future. So basically what happened was Altera, they basically came in, the ship never crashed, however they did realize it was an ocean planet. So what was initially built was a giant city, has now been laid to waste as kind of, a backwater town, because nobody really cares to come and, live here anymore. There's only like a couple of people that live here, and most of them don't really care. So let's just go on here. This is the old mayoral house with your own private, what do you call it? Moon pool, with you can store whatever. So let's just go in and I'll show you to the interior. It's a very small, normal, multi-purpose room. And it has very nice views. It's pretty much been built to have the best possible view of the entire town. Well, it's a ghost town. It gives easy access to your moon pool. You got your aquarium here, some plants, a couple of more important essentials. Overall, it's just a really small, old head scientist house. Not really too important. And if they ever wanted to go to work, they could take the seam off. However, you can just as well go outside. Sorry about that, I'm a little bit sick. Anyway, next on our agenda is to the convenience store, which I decided to name Gromin's for no apparent reason. Yes, this convenience store is named Gromin's. So what's really cool is that I use the lockers as kind of like shelves, storage space, modification station to of course make your stuff, health. And what I decided to do was that the health packs would also make like drugs, like pharmaceutical products, so you also need ID. This is the counter which you will pay, of course, Gromin's, and I think there was also a welcome sign we missed right there. This is the front room, very nice, very cool. Trash can, some plants, pots if you want to purchase, which, yeah, this is how they're laid out. In here is kind of a normal room. This is just, this is how small Gromin's is, there isn't a lot of space. So this is being turned into a storeroom. We got all the food put into these vending machines. Tons of battery areas. They're all cluttered. This is because this is based on shops that I used to go to when I was younger, which are called pound shops, and they had everything that was like built up. So like they're kind of strewn across the floor, and you kind of gotta fit your way through them. I tried. So yeah, this is Gromin's. It's a very nice store with a very nice view of our next destination, which will be, if my game can handle it, Darzaron Repairs. Now, what is Darzaron Repairs? Wait a second, I'm forgetting something important. I forgot about the person that actually owns Gromin's. Oh my god, I apologize. So the guy that that works, like owns Gromin, does all the stuff. This is his house. He's got pretty basic, a kind of like a desk to do all the work, bedroom, water filtration machine, because you gotta have filtered water. This is the best kind of water, I don't care what you say. Here is all of his food, a little bit of some plants and stuff. Kind of really basic room, and the fact that I put it under the mountain, I love it. It's so fun. Because like the guy who owns Gromin just lives under his business, kind of like a troll under the bridge, which would have been a way cooler name, but it was a dumbass. Anyway, we're back at Darzaron Repairs. So this is a repair shop owned by a guy called Edith Darzaron. There's around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moon pools. These are for prawn suits, sea moths, anything really. I couldn't really get a, how do I say it, a dock for a Cyclops working. But that makes sense, because nobody is coming to Darzaron Repairs. Because, well, it's kind of like, what, Radiator Springs. This entire town is, if you think about Radiator Springs, people went deep because that was where more alien stuff were, and where it was cheaper to go and live, because there was more room. Yeah, for some reason. And when we entered, you first see the Darzaron Repair sign, a little picture, and then when you're here, you see a kind of like a waiting room. So like you talk to Darzaron himself that sits on this cool chair. You get on a bench waiting. There are a couple of areas like multiple repair bays everywhere in the entire facility, and then a room. I get a ladder. There we go. This second room is kind of like a dispatch where it's like um where like people get called in here for like repairs. They send out Darzaron sends out his two boys, his sons that are still not working here. And we can see at the top it'll be restricted as that's Darzaron's house. Pretty chill. I mean, it is a base interior. I try to make the interiors very different, however, it is decently hard in Subnautica without extensive modding, and I'm on console, so please don't mind that. This is him as well. This is office, which is really cool, and I think it's sick as well. Let's just go down a little bit more, as we can leave Darzaron repairs, which is kind of a ghost town. I'm still hemorrhaging in, and next we'll go to the Green Tower. Now you may be asking yourself, what is the Green Tower? I will actually show you. It's really cool. So my idea was, how are they gonna get food? So I decided to create an indoor grow bed kind of system. It's like in his alien containment would be fish, which of course the Green Tower is currently under deconstruction because most people can just grow their own food, especially how Gromin's is. So yeah, this is the last time we can realistically be in here. Of course, some of the things have already started being removed. Like there was like a grow bed around, there was tons of grow beds here. We can climb up again to find the wall planters, which are under the process but not completely done. They're going down floor. Oh my fucking god, this might cause epileptic seizure. Yeah, if you have epilepsy, look away, but it's the filtration room where all the waters are made. It's kind of considered very inefficient because, well, it's only making what, where's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 water bottles being made, but it kind of makes sense, so they're probably going to leave this room. Here is the storage room for all the foodstuffs and items. And since a lot of the people first came for the grassy to try to pay homage to how they used to live, which means that planters are just like on the island base. Similarly on this one as well, which is really cool, and I think it makes a nice addition to the world building. Now as we leave the Green Tower, which I really could not figure out another name for, but I really couldn't, we will now be heading to the biggest building here, Aussie's nuclear power plant, which is named just so because right under it is Aussie's life pod. If you didn't know, Aussie was the leader of kind of like he has his own cafe on the Aurora when it crashed. However, in here he was a well-respected and a very nice, humane guy. Now, you may be asking yourself, why is this room so big? There's no nuclear reactors. That's because it's in here that the nuclear reactors are. I thought it was really cool to add reinforcements everywhere, because just in case whatever blows, it will be not too bad, not too fine. The only way to realistically enter the facility is through the moon pools, which I know is kind of stupid, because but there was no space, and it would have looked ugly protruding. Anyway, here it is. Here is the giant room. Here is the control center. We got the office workers here, which is lowly abandoned. Tons of stuff here, response machines. These are basically used as kind of like a giant power source as well. Here is the head office, which is owned by me. Yes, I am the chief of nuclear technology. Hey, everybody. So, yeah, we got 2 coffee machines because you never know. There must be 2 people here at all times, and I will show you the current column, even though it doesn't really feel too interesting. But here it is. It's 3 bulkhead doors. We're really particular about this. Close them when you leave because we need to make sure they won't explode. And all of the towers are just nuclear reactors as far as the eye can see. This provides power to merely the shallow areas, so close to 100 meters to 200 meters. This is a really giant power source, and especially it's expected to grow. That's right, a lot of Mesa Verde is being regenerated because this was added later. Because Mesa Verde used to rely on a very small, a very big solar farm that used to be right there. Um, yeah, that was cool until they destroyed it. I made up so much good lore, but for what reason? Now it's getting slightly generated, but not as up to it is standards. In fact, that house we all went to, the head house, was also where this guy lives. Here's also a little grow bed here that was constructed kind of close to the flower plant because, well, just in case you are ever hungry, you can just go out and get it immediately. This place is supposed to be like its own kind of functioning habitat sometimes. And now we'll go to this, the wrecking deck. It sounds so wrong, but I will explain. It's a Cyclops dock. So what you can do to achieve this effect is by adding around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, around 5 foundations, which is a lot. However, and you just leave a small one-size gap, and your Cyclops will fit perfectly inside. I kind of use Cyclops in this version of Subnautica as kind of like giant cargo vessels. And so we can go inside, they leave. It's very small, this is because, of course, Mesa Verde is a fucking small town, there's nothing there.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
This is the waiting room. Of course, it says tired work because of Altera. I couldn't think of anything better. Here is the security, so you slide your bags, I guess, through here. And then this is the reception. And then if you ever, and then like you can immediately leave if you want, because all you gotta do is get yours here, go through the door, and put it all in the storage room where it's kind of being set on. And it's also the budget archives of Mesa Verde. Kind of small, but yeah, it is pretty important as it does contain all of the physical storage for Mesa Verde. So we got modification stations everywhere to modify stuff. So yeah, of course we can leave 2 ways just in case outside. And yeah, I named it a wreck deck because you get an aurora wreck, or aurora wreck. So that is Mesa Verde. I'm hoping that I can make more of these bases. Let me know down below what biome I should do a base in. I'm really hoping if I can do one at the island, the mountain lava zone, or the Lost River near the gargantuan leviathan skull. Just drop yours in the comments below. Hopefully you guys will have some fun, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.